What's up, you guys? It's your girl KWade, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, stop what you're doing and subscribe because you're gonna love it here. We're all about healing, growing, flourishing, and glowing. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, baby, just subscribe. I have notes on my phone. So if you guys see me looking at my phone, it's so we can stay on track, okay? But I took notes, and today's video is about the beauty in heartbreak. Oh my gosh, how can you say heartbreak is beautiful? Have you ever got your heart broken? That's the most gnarliest experience ever. And to answer your question, yes, I've gotten my heart broken multiple times. That emotion, that time in life is so gut wrenching. It just feels like everything is falling apart, but in reality, everything is falling into place. You feel that hurt and pain for days, weeks, months, shit, even years. That shit's painful. Heartbreaks are not fun. But even in that madness, even in that chaos, have you ever recognized the beauty in the heartbreak? I know you're like, beauty. Like, what beauty did you find in that, Kayla? Like, what is beautiful about being at such a low point, being at such a devastating, heart wrenching moment in your life? What is beautiful about that? The sadness and grief that you are feeling when you are experiencing heartbreak, it is not only the shift between the connection that you have with that person, but it's also a shift in the connection that you have with yourself. When you break up with an individual, you are also breaking up with that version of yourself that was with that person. After the sadness, after the madness, after all the tears, there's a moment of silence. And it's like, where do you go at this point? How do you keep pushing? That space between the heartbreak and whatever next level you're going to elevate on, that is a space for opportunity. This is an opportunity of discovering a new version of yourself without that person. It's a renewed version of you that has all the qualities that that person has brought out of you. I don't know about you guys, but what I've noticed about myself is when I get entangled with a man romantically, a different version of Kayla is presented to the table. That person brings out qualities of myself, whether they're good or bad. That individual is gonna bring up things about yourself, whether you like it or not. So some connections bring out codependency. Like, I used to have a codependent issue, and I used to be emotionally manipulative being codependent. I will just tell, oh, you're my person. I'm going through this. I need you, da da da. Trying to bring my emotional weight and baggage onto this person just in order for me to still have that sense of connection with them. That is manipulation, Buki. But I've learned from that because that part of myself had been brought up, and so I was able to acknowledge that version of myself and be like, oh no, I don't want to carry this on into any other connection I end up getting in. And you're able to look at that, understand it, understand the root, and discard of that part, those parts of you. But then also, on the other hand, certain connections bring out the softer side of me. I'm more creative. I'm very nurturing. I want to cater. My intuition is sharper. I want to achieve my goals. I want to paint. I want to dance. I want to do things. Now, when that aspect of myself and those qualities are brought up due to a connection, I'm like, yeah, I like her. Let me grab these qualities. Let me put this in my back pocket. Let me really fully step into this energy that this person has helped me recognize within myself. There's such a beautiful transformation, although it's painful. Transformation is not painless. Transformation, it's going to be painful. The setup that this shortcoming is going to bring to you in the long run, it's crazy. But that's only only if you allow it. All of this beautiful recognition of growth and transformation and actually seeing the beauty within this pain, it only happens if you allow yourself to see the beauty, if you allow yourself to really take a step back and inspect. I don't want to say inspect. That's not the word. Reflect. You take the time to reflect on this relationships, the pros and cons, the good and bad qualities, the way you've showed up for this person in the relationship, the way you showed up for yourself, or even on the other hand, the way you didn't show up for yourself in this relationship, or the way you didn't show up for that person in the relationship. One thing that I've learned by experience and experiencing heartbreaks, and I would say like my most recent heartbreak, is some people come into our life to love us and see us so we are able to love ourselves and see ourselves. Okay? Some people are placed in our lives to show us love, to see us, to hear us, to feel us, because it's reflecting what we need to do for ourselves. Some connections are meant for that specifically and that only. Every connection that you have with somebody does not need to last a lifetime. And that is what I had to learn. Just because me and this person vibing out, having a great time, connecting, does not mean this person is meant to be in my life for the long run. This person is meant for this version of myself, either to show the growth that I've made or show the growth that I still need to make, you know, and both can happen. With every heartbreak, view it as a step closer to your divine lover. Sometimes we have to build connections outside of our divine love to prepare us for that love. Sometimes we have to build connections outside of our divine counterpart to prepare us for that divine love that we are seeking. I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to hear that. I want y'all to receive that, okay? To gain new qualities and remove qualities that no longer serves us to show up in a more divine way. Literally, relationships, they can be a mirror if you allow them to. The things you get frustrated with another person about is probably something within ourselves that we have to work on. It's probably triggering something in our spirit because it's something that we have to work and encounter and build and manage and, really have to do that introspection. If I get myself into a connection and it doesn't work out, I know that that connection was put in place to take me a step closer to my divine lover and take me a step closer to my divine self. It shows me how I want to show up. There's a beauty inside heartbreak. Every heartbreak has brought me closer to my most authentic self because love is the highest frequency. Throughout these different connections, I've showed up differently because it was a different version of Kayla that was in play in those dynamics. But each step, each connection, each heartbreak, every night spent crying and just grieving and like feeling like I wasn't good enough brought me a step closer to the most authentic version of myself because I make sure in connections I show up as love. And that's why I notice for me, I feel deeply. So when I like somebody, baby, I like you. Like, I like you. And you're going to know that I like you because I'm going to tell you that I like you and I'm going to show you that I like you. I can't like water down my likeness. I can't water down my emotions. I can't water down my feelings. I'm not about to keep it pee. I found so much beauty in that. I found beauty in having a safe space for me to show up as my most authentic, to show up as a nurturing, loving, vulnerable, creative being that I am without having to minimize myself to fit in a box. But there's so much beauty in heartbreak. But that's only if you open your eyes and allow yourself to see the beauty. After the storm, after the rain, there's beauty in that. There's beauty in the pain. If you're ever down in the dumps, I recommend Last Hope by Paramore because that's my down in the dumps song. But if this video was helpful in some way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah. I can't sing. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can, you don't miss out when I drop a video. You never know what gems you might find in the video. Okay. okay? You never know what gems. You might find a new song to add to your playlist, or you might just find a message that you needed to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one.